Yeah, so Vortex here, and I'm finally back, and this is my review of the Dunu Kima, which uses a 10mm DLC driver with a Wi-Fi on the front, which doesn't mean much to me. And yet, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending me this unit to actually try it, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yeah, so it's a 10mm DD, as these single DDs are normally pretty good, and obviously do tend to have the best tonality. And yeah, Dunu normally know how to make a good IM. So yeah, let's just get into it. So this is what you get. Obviously the waifu, some people like that. I'm not really bothered by it. High res, and it's not a sticker. Quiz Faction, never heard of it. Yeah, so specs, 10mm dual chamber dynamic. Oh, it's a diamond like carbon, so this should be quite good. N52 neodymium magnet, zinc alloy for the material, brass accents for the nozzle, blah 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 blah. 4-core cable, 1.2 meter length, 3.5 TRS single-ended. So actually all the specs, so it's 32 ohms, so it's not that low, but obviously nothing difficult. Frequency response, so I guess because it goes up to 40, they label it as high res. And yeah, let's just get inside. I see anything to see if it's basically official. Serial number there, 232. Nothing on the back. Look at these bad boys. So matte silver, so Kima. Right, there's the 10mm DLC dynamic. They look very, very nice. Again, say matte, so no fingerprints at all, which is good. Obviously 2-pin. And yeah, so nothing special there. Good, seems a good case. This is the case, is what the stuff should be like. Like when I did the key boom, they should have used something just a bit more simple like this. So some kind of cleaning cloth. A bunch of different tips, so I'll have a look at those in a bit. Some adapters, probably a cleaning brush. And QC. A little bit of documentation in there. Let's see what this cable's like. I've not seen the internals of this, so I have no idea what it's like. Yeah, so here we go. It's a 3.5 straight. You can see it's got the colour on the connector. Yeah, should be alright. I do prefer right angled, but that's just my opinion. And yeah, so as usual now, I'm going to put some good hours on these, graph them, the usual thoughts and opinions, and yeah, I'll see you guys and gals in the future. Yes, so welcome to my review section of the Dunu Kima. Here's all the different tips. I'll just show you what they look like, as I didn't show you before. So just like left to right, these are like kind of weird, like cylinder shapes. So that's them. These are more like silicone tips in the middle. What kind of wider. And here's just the other ones. So that's it. You pick your poison, and yeah, this is what it looks like with the, with it on the cable as well. So I'm going to cut the shot now to get these off the table, and I'll show you the rest. So just from left to right, like I said, straight angle connector. It is kind of thick. It's a little bit stiff, but it does seem to be a quality cable. So here's the left unit. Again, really nice. I'll do like the matte finish, so there's no kind of like fingerprints and stuff like that. That's what it looks like from that angle there. The angle there, and it says Quiz Faction on it. Not really keen on that, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Connectors are, this seems to be very well built. It's very smooth, and yeah, seems to be pretty good. I think like a lot of the Dunu gear, it is very well built, and these are priced as of this video about $109, I think. So yeah, so let's get into the meat meat and grit of it. So build quality is very good. Excuse me. So build quality is very good. I do prefer this matte finish over like a satin. And they are a little bit heavy. I don't know the exact weight from memory, but they do weigh probably a little bit more than you expect. So they are nice set. And straight into build quality, into comfort. Comfort on these is actually very good. They don't look that ergonomic, but for me, I had no issues at all. That's probably the worst kind of look from them. The kind of it goes up like that, but it's fine. I was quite happy with them, to be honest. And yes, so pound sensitivity, because these are 32 ohms. I can't remember the actual sensitivity, but I've fine by powering these. I had no issues at all. And I guess whatever gear you have, you should probably have any kind of issues here either. So unless you got something really crappy, but yeah, excuse me, but yeah, no problems at all. So micro details and resolution, and I include refinement in there. These sound very refined. So they've used a really nice quality driver, a carbon nanotube, I think it is. It works fine, and the resolution and the micro details I found was very good. They do lack like extension, but I'll talk about that in a bit. But from what I could see, from my opinion, the details is actually very good. And the same for like technicalities and all that. It's all great. To be honest, I was very happy with it. To be honest, as soon as I put them in my ear, it just you can tell, like if you try this compared to like a KZ, the quality is like much better with something like this. It's just much more refined to it. Just because they use just like better DDs. So soundstage, it lacks stage, as you'll see in the graph in a bit. But yeah, the soundstage, I wanted a little bit more, the more intimate kind of sound, but yeah, that's what they are. Isolation on these I thought was actually quite good as well, considering it's a DD, so it has to breathe. The isolation was actually pretty good. Can never match all BA units and stuff like that, but yeah. So sound, because these are a little bit more expensive than normal. I've allowed the graph now so you can have a look. And yeah, so they're not bass monsters, but I'll get into that further on. So let's get into now. Okay, so they do have a really nice bass response, but it's quite soft. So they say they're not bass monsters, but they do have enough, and you can see that it does elevate in the mid bass part. So depending on your listening volume as well, it does have really quality bass. There's just not much of it. It's probably the best way to describe it. Sub bass does roll off a bit, as you can see. It doesn't keep going up, but it's fine really. These are not a set for bass heads, so just have to bear that in mind. But I was fine with it. But if you do listen to a lot of maybe more electronic music, you may want a bit more. EQ is always your friend for you to do that. But yeah, they're not neutral. It's just a little bit more than what I'd class as neutral tuning, but I was fine with it. And yeah, same for kind of the mid-range. So fairly neutral. It's quite safe. It does scoop up a bit. But on the whole, it's very, very clean. The bleed like from the bass is super, like it's very minimal. So, but I was actually okay with it. But yeah, it just shoots up. So vocals are ever so slightly forward. But the mid-range is actually quite clean. It's quite safe in a way, is another word to use. But yeah, I had no issues at all. Channel matching in these parts seems fine. Seems a little bit off further up, but I didn't really notice the difference, to be honest. And yeah, the mid-range is actually quite clean. It didn't sound it sounds a little bit pushed back though. Not on all tracks, just on some tracks. But yeah, not too bad at all. So the treble, which is probably the worst part maybe of these, if you could say it's the worst part. So it's a bit boosted towards the lower treble, upper mid-range, lower treble. So certain things sit really forward. This can be so varied because it just depends so much on your kind of library. But for my testing with just a variety, nothing really special. Sometimes it can be a bit forward there, but in some tracks it does lack. It seems to lack. I think it's because it rolls off quite a bit. You can see from 6, 7, 8K. To be honest, you want some more extension there. You want it to be a bit more there and a bit less in the presence region. But I think because of this kind of tuning, it does work quite well a lot across the genres. Not typically anything heavy bass related, but anything with percussion instrument based stuff sounds good. Anything that's more artificial like electronic is different. But for pop music seemed to be fine. The presence region, things sounded really clear, but then some things sounded like it lacked a little. I think it's the extension that's missing, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, on the whole, things do sound, they do sound very clean, very refined. It's kind of a safe tuning in a few ways, which is a bit more of a shame. I would have preferred it a little bit, like a little bit different with the tuning. But it is what it is. There's no sibilance as well or nothing like that. They don't either sound like muddy or anything like that. They do sound very clean. It just sounds a bit safe, maybe a little bit too safe sometimes. A bit of maybe there's a bit much too much restraint. They may have dampened it too much. I don't know, but yeah, I'll probably get to the conclusion. So do I recommend these? These don't really pick my kind of tuning, but for $110 they do sound a bit more special, a bit more refined than what I like. They're not suitable for all genres. Personally, for me, I would like a little bit more low end response, a little bit less the lower treble where it's up, and then a bit more kind of after that where it dips, to get the kind of best balance between the frequencies. That's what I would like. But they are a quality set. They're just not suitable for me. They're really nice accessories, good case, the cable's good. Those 3 different style tips, especially those cylinder ones, which are very different. It's good to see stuff like that. Again, like the case seems fine. There's the brush, there's the adapter. The build quality seems really good. Yeah, they're quite a good set. They're not ultimately tuned how I'd want, but they are probably worth what you're paying, the $110. They are probably worth that. I don't think I'd spend like $150 on them or nothing like that, because I'd want a bit more of a precise tuning for what I want. But yeah, for $110, they're a good set. They do sound good. They do sound quality. Just depends if that kind of tuning is what you want. And yeah, I'll probably end it there. If you know anything in particular about these, just message me in the comments as per usual. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. And my next model is either going to be the Kiwi Ears condenser or the Tin Hi-Fi C3. So see you in the next video.